Welcome back to the CoolFigurez channel. I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. The information on the channel is intended for adult collectors and not children. And today we are going to be taking a look at the brand new Jazwares Spartan Collection Series 4 Master Chief. But first, if you're new, then welcome. This channel is all about cool action figures, analyzing them, hunting them, taking pics of them, and of course, playing with them. If that's your sort of thing, make sure you hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon so you stay notified when I do upload new content. And if you do enjoy this video or any other content that I put out, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It is free and easy for you to do, and it really helps the channel grow. With all that out of the way, guys, once again, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Jazwares Series 4 Spartan Collection Master Chief. Now, I don't know how they did it, but Jazwares has gotten me to purchase 7 Master Chiefs. The first two were identical. I have to admit, the first two were identical, and the only real difference was they tightened up the joints from wave 1 to wave 2, or series 1 to series 2. The third one, however, did have a big difference. He came with the new grapnel attachment on his wrist, and he was a lot darker and more weathered. This one is similar to that one, however, it is different in that it doesn't have the grapnel on his wrist. So yeah, guys, this is essentially another Master Chief, and like I said, I do have 7. Where are the extra 2? The 20th anniversary pack that Jazwares is releasing with the Halo 1 version of Master Chief and the Halo Infinite version. So that is how they've gotten me to purchase 7 Master Chiefs. I call this the Halo Infinite Remaster Master Chief because I feel like the first 2 Master Chiefs that were released in this collection were based around the original Halo Infinite video game. And if you know anything about that video game, you know it was supposed to come out this time essentially, but last year. But the graphics were so bad and it got so much backlash that the developers decided to take a full year to go ahead and redo it or work on it some more and do some good work on it. And it paid off because now I'm hearing a lot of great stuff about it. And in doing so, they really did change up Master Chief. In the first version, he was a lot cleaner in terms of his armor, whereas in the new released version of the Halo Infinite, he actually does look more like this, where his armor is this darker olive green, and he has a lot more weathering than was shown in the first trailer slash first 2 Master Chief figures in this collection. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at all the accessories that he comes with. So first and foremost, let's look at the extra hands that he comes with. He does come with a pair of open hands. Damn it. Open hands right there, and as you can see, the back are nicely detailed and done with the Master Chief armor plating on the top of the hand. I wanted to say wrist, but that's not the wrist, that's the hand. So we do also get some fisted hands, which is amazing. I love that they at least include these because a lot more companies need to at least include fisted hands because they're just so universal in what they can do and how you can make your figures look. And last but not least, we get what I call a multifunctional hand. As you can see, it has 2 fingers pointed forward, kind of in a relaxed way, so you can have it so he's pointing forward. He's a 2-finger salute, or you can even articulate it inwards and make it look like he's touching his comm in his helmet. So that's why I call it a multifunctional hand, because it performs a lot of great purposes depending on how you just position his arm and whatnot. So in terms of weaponry, he does come with 2 weapons. He comes with a plasma pistol right here. Now this thing is definitely well done, I have to admit. I do enjoy the way they're doing their weapons. Now, the one weapon I am waiting to see Jazwares tackle in this series or collection is a needler. I really want to see how they handle that. But aside from the plasma pistol, he of course comes with his signature assault rifle. And much like Master Chief, this assault rifle got an upgrade, from the previous versions. The previous versions were a lot lighter in color, and they weren't as detailed. Now, remember I did mention that they did release another Master Chief with the grapnel on his wrist. That guy did not, however, come with his iconic assault rifle, surprisingly. He came with a different weapon, so we didn't get to see an updated version of it until now, which is really nice, and it is actually in line with the game. I've seen some gameplay and some trailers and all that stuff, so this is what it basically looks like in the game, especially with this stripe right here. I remember that being on the gun. So Jazwares is definitely stepping it up, as is Microsoft with their game. So as Microsoft updated the game, it seems like Jazwares followed suit. So awesome for them for doing that. So with that being said, that is all the accessories that he comes with. So let's go ahead and pull him forward right here so we can get a nice closer look at him. I am thinking about doing a comparison video of all the Master Chiefs. Like I said, I do have 5 of them in hand at the moment, to maybe line them up and show you guys all the differences with them all lined up, so it's easier to see instead of me just telling you what they are and you having to go back and watch my videos or look at yours and whatnot. But anyways, guys, this has to be, and now I know I said this about the previous version, but this has to be my favorite version of Master Chief released so far, and I'm sure when I get the next one in hand from the 20th anniversary pack, I will say that that's my favorite, because he does come in this olive green, but a lot more weathered, so I'm pretty sure that's going to take the cake for me. Oh, I almost forgot to talk about the secret pans that he comes with. Unfortunately, this is the only figure in this series that does not come with trigger finger hands. All the other ones did. However, in the previous wave, or actually 2 waves or series, they did not even come with trigger finger hands, so I was surprised when the other figures in this series did. However, unfortunately, this guy did not. It's mainly because this doesn't really have a hole to put his finger in. It's just all one piece, and same thing with here. But do not despair, I am actually going to show you how to create a trigger finger hand for this guy, because me personally, I do toy photography, as you probably all know if you've been following the channel for long enough, but follow me over on CoolFigurez and Epic Shots by CoolFigurez if you don't. But I need that little bit of realism where his finger is popping out. Whoa. So at least you guys know the pegs are secure. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a razor blade and be right back, and we're going to cut this hand. Alright guys, so here we are back with my razor blade and my right hand for his trigger finger. So I'm actually going to go ahead and move Master Chief back just ever so much. Move my mic a bit as well, so I'm sorry if my voice gets a little lower. I'll try to speak up so I counteracts that. And I do apologize if it gets out of focus a bit. I am not going to be watching my screen while I do this, so that way I don't slice my finger. But essentially what you're going to do is you're going to grab a razor blade like this. And once again, this channel is intended for adult collectors and not children, so if you're a child, do not do this. You are just going to saw. Well, you can either saw or try to get the edge of the blade to go in, but once again, be very careful, because when it's like this hard plastic, I feel like this was easier on the other ones. You just got to be very careful. I'm going to go ahead and put it down so that I can get a little bit of leverage. I don't know if this razor blade's sharp enough. Hoping it is. I feel like they're just making it out of better plastic at this point, because this was a lot easier on the previous waves. Because like I said, on the previous wave, on the previous last 2 series, there was no trigger fingers, so I had to create my own. So if you saw those reviews, you guys know what I'm doing, because I did this for that. However, like I said, the other ones did come with trigger finger hands, so and I fucked that up. Look at that. I totally fucked that up. But okay, we're gonna have to fix this. It's okay. We're gonna fix this. Fix this nice. It's gonna look good. We're gonna have a trigger finger hand for Master Chief. And lift. Alright, there we go. So it actually didn't come out too bad. Now that I'm looking at it, it actually sliced off pretty decently. So let's try to lift it up so that we can get some, make it look like it's a trigger finger hand. There we go. And there you go. So you just gotta be careful not to slice your own finger into a trigger finger hand, and you can make your own trigger finger hand for these guys. So let's go ahead and pop his hand back in. Let's see here. Come on. Now for my pictures, he won't have that because I actually took my review pics prior to this review, and I would have done it before, but I wanted to show you guys here on camera, so I decided to wait. Man, this guy's pegs are hard to get in. Give me 1 second, guys. Alright guys, so you guys saw how much of a struggle it was for me to get the peg out of the hole. Well, it is just as much of a struggle to get it back in, so I'm going to have to take this guy and heat him up. So for the rest of the review, he is going to be handless in that right arm. So, but yeah, guys. So, anyways, moving on. Let's go ahead and pull him forward so we can take a nice closer look. Like I said, he does come in a nice darker olive green this time around. Not too much weathering. He looks a little shinier, I have to admit. He does look a little shinier, which I am digging. I like that shine to him. And something I haven't mentioned in my previous Series 4 reviews is that they did bring back the shiny visor. So that's something cool. The one thing is they do have soft joints. That's something that my friend Robert did point out to me, and they do, but it is what it is. It's not Hasbro, it's not Mattel, it's not McFarlane, it's Jazwares, so you know it's a different company. They're going to do things differently, just gotta roll with it. So as with all the Spartans in this collection, his thighs do allow you to pop out these side pieces and flip them around so that you can put them here and utilize them as pegs to hold your accessory weapons. But much like all the Master Chiefs in this series, it doesn't stay too well, and if you knock his leg a bit, it'll eventually just pop on out. Now you do also get one in the back right here, so you can pop this out very carefully because it is a very small piece. Now, whoa, see what I mean? Flip it around, put it in the back right there, and we can go ahead and take his gun and just go ahead and, yes, I know his hand is still attached, but it is what it is. You can still see how it pegs on, and that stays a little more sturdier than that side holster right there. So he does also get one on this side right here if you want, but they only do put one peg hole on the gun, so if you decide to put it on that side, it's going to be backwards, so I just never use that side. But with that being said, guys, that is a nice closer look at this Master Chief. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I should be doing a comparison video sometime soon, most likely in the next year, guys, because I have a lot of reviews to catch up before the end of this year that I'm trying to clear off my plate, so I don't have to worry about them in 2022. So yeah, guys, with that being said, let's move on into articulation. His head can go all the way to the right, all the way to the left, and in terms of looking down, he can look that far down, he can look that far up. No real head wobble or swivel or any kind of movement side to side like that. His arms do go out pretty far, but not all the way to a T-pose, because although this armor piece is attached to the bottom right here, it just seems like this whole figure is made with harder plastic, which isn't a bad thing. I'm not going to say it's a bad thing, but it does seem to hinder the articulation just ever so slightly, but I'll take it for some better plastic. No butterfly joint. You do get double hinge elbow articulation right there, rotation at the wrist, as well as hinging in and out on both hands. In terms of ab articulation, you get very slight rotation to the right, very slight rotation to the left. Any more, it'll just pop off the ball, just so you know. His legs, oof. Oh, wait, never mind. I thought they were just not going, but it seems like they're just a little stiff. But once you get them going, I think I need to heat this leg up. But as you can see, this leg goes as far as it can go, so not too bad for a whole armored up guy, you know? So kicking out, he can kick out that far, he can kick back that far. He does come with double hinge knees, but with all the figures in this collection, they do have very, very chunky knees, so they don't kick back too far in terms of double articulation. His ankles don't really go down too far either. They don't really go too far up. They do have a ball rocker in there though, and of course you do get toe articulation upwards and super downwards. So all in all, guys, yes, a super cool figure, and like I said, it has to be my favorite Master Chief that they've released in terms of the Halo Infinite Master Chiefs. Now they did just release a Halo 2 version, which I do absolutely love, even though the arm broke off during the review. Go ahead and check out that review if you want to see that happen while I'm actually filming the review. But yeah, this guy was super cool, and I had a lot of fun shooting him. So with that being said, guys, join me every Sunday morning for Coffee and Toys, a weekly toy news, toy talk podcast where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, and so much more. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at some really cool pics of this guy that I took. And if you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, guys, have a great fucking day. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you enjoyed those pics, you can find the full images over on Instagram at CoolFigurez. And I do have a separate Instagram account for my more thought out, planned out, more edited pics called Epic Shots by CoolFigurez. Check it out if you like what you see. Leave me a follow there as well. And if you guys want to see the unboxing of any figures I do reviews on for this channel, go ahead and check me out over on TikTok at CoolFigurez. That's where I post all my unboxings. And join me every Sunday morning for Coffee and Toys, a weekly toy news, toy talk podcast where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, and so much more. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. But whether or not you're a subscriber, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to listen to me talk about toys. I really appreciate it. As always, I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you so much to this channel sponsor, Jazwares Store. Check them out for all your Funko Pop, anime, Pokemon card, and toy print needs. And of course, use code CoolFigurez at checkout for 10% off your order. Jazwares Store. Check them out, guys.